Each year I find myself looking forward to a September in the woods with one dilemma. How can I get a tag and have a bow in my hand chasing bugling bulls? This year with zero luck in the draws, I found myself looking at landowner tags in New Mexico, something anybody can do. Last year I had an opportunity to win a tag in Utah, and although the hunt was tough at times and it sucked at times, I was in the woods hunting bugling bulls waiting for my chance. With high demand for tags this year, I spent countless hours looking for a good fit. My plan was to secure a tag and go a couple days early to scout, as the tag would be second season, which means the middle of September to the end of September. All I wanted was bugling bulls while carrying my bow. No pressure on size of bulls, but I have one request. I want to hear a bull bugle and experience the rut. With high hopes for a good rut, I found myself struggling to find elk or even hear a bugle. New Mexico's country is second to none, but I'm not getting the experience I came for. As parts of Arizona are experiencing an awesome rut, I struggle with a rut with no consistency. One night, bugles. Next morning, quiet. It's a stressful game, but I have 10 days to hunt with my son's football game on one of those days. I can feel the pressure and the time crunch to get the most out of my tag. Every bow hunter goes through the ups and downs of September archery season, knowing it can all change with just one arrow. So it's day one in New Mexico, September 15th. First time ever hunting New Mexico early archery elk. This is the second season landowner tag that I got throughout the summer. Been here for two and a half days, kind of just covering a bunch of country. And last night, had quite a few bulls behind us and a couple bulls right here in front of us bugling. They're going crazy in Arizona, but over here it's pretty quiet. Haven't heard a bugle yet this morning, so we're just kind of still hunting along this ridge. All this country out in front of me has no roads. All the roads are kind of far away. So I'm just trying to locate something when they decide to talk. Well, it's the end of day one. Finally had some excitement. We came out here last night at last light, and it's got a kind of a long road from the lower desert all the way up to these higher pines. And about midway, we heard 4 bulls on this side and 1 on this side. So this morning we kind of came back. Haven't been in the area a whole lot, but there's some sign down low. There's water down low. On the way back to camp last night, there was camps, more people on top, so kind of made a rookie mistake. Didn't stay and listen to where the direction those bulls went. Just heard bulls bugling, marked them, and went to camp, went to bed. If I was to do it again, I'd stay and listen to their direction of travel, because I'm pretty sure they were going down. So this evening we came way lower on the road and just still hunted it and hiked out to the edge, and I would occasionally bugle both ways. Had a little bull. We thought it could have been a hunter. I'm pretty sure it was a bull answering us every once in a while. Its last answer was downwind of us on our side of the canyon, so I'm pretty sure it was a bull. So I wanted to get out to the edge and see the water. It's kind of open, flat country, and basically you got these fingers running down. So started working our way down and bugled. Had a mature bull answer back. Threw a couple cow calls out, and he was on us pretty fast. He dropped into the canyon, heard a cow mew back, and as he started coming up the other side, I rolled back trying to get an opening, anticipating I'd see his antlers coming up. I'd be able to draw and then try and make a shot. And out of nowhere, a cow jumps out 15 yards, pegs me. I kind of had a bad spot on a tree, and she pegged us. And bull never answered after that. I don't know if they could still smell us from standing in there, if the wind was still bad or what, but she turned, and I kept cow calling, and she wanted to come in and work around us, and then I'm pretty sure she got her wind, and they took off. Looked like a good bull. Didn't get a good look at him going through the trees. Heard a couple bugles, maybe from him, but there's one long ridge. We're thinking about parking at the bottom. Could see two of the waters. The other water I couldn't see the bugles were coming from, so I'm thinking about in the morning getting down there and then getting up that ridge, and I'm hoping they're watering down in the flats at night and coming up this finger back to the west in the evening. So it wasn't a complete loss of a day. Had some excitement, got the blood pumping. I was shaking like a leaf, and start all over again tomorrow. So it's our second morning, and same thing as yesterday. It's been super quiet. We went and parked at the bottom where all the water's at, thinking those bulls were pushing the cows down to the flats and then working these fingers back up. So we got here super early, parked, and got up these ridges, and have just been still hunting. Tons of elk sign and rubs, trails, beds, everything. And then we'll just soft cow calls every once in a while. We got the wind in the face, so I'm just going through and cow calling every once in a while. An occasional bugle, nothing too aggressive, just trying to get any kind of answer. Nothing. It's awesome morning, good temperatures, just no elk. So. Alright, so it's the third morning. We had a rough day yesterday, never heard a bugle, never saw an elk. We took a big loop. We went to some higher country and took a big loop, and tank was dry, had some tracks, and we just worked all that country and got up high in glass, never saw nothing. Kinda ran around last night bugling, trying to find elk, nothing. And then this morning from camp, this group of bulls we've kind of been hunting, we're bugling 5 or 6 bulls. So we left super early and got way up high, anticipating they're coming this way. We got 2 bulls right here on top. We got a big long canyon right here, and we kind of just hurried up and got way in front of them in the wind, hoping they're still up high. And then once we have enough shooting light, we're going to start working our way back towards them. Trying to decide if I want to get on that side of the canyon or stay on this side. I'm pretty sure they're on the other. So we'll see. It's looking up. Morning 3. It's looking up already. Got some bulls talking. So hopefully it works out. As the morning of the third day unfolded with bulls bugling all around us and arrow nock sitting on ready, we are interrupted by other hunters. The bulls go silent once the other hunters proceed to blow their bugle. I decide to head back to Arizona after the morning hunt for my son's football game the next day. After hearing several bulls bugle this morning, I am excited that the rut is picking up and my chances closing in. I plan to be back in New Mexico the following day to hunt for the evening or just find where the bulls will be. Excitement overtakes me on my quick trip home, thinking that from now to the end it will pick up and be exactly what I wanted. Only to arrive back in New Mexico for an evening of silence. That night I wake up to the sound of rain on the tent. It brings hope that the morning will cool the elk off and fire them up. As morning arrives, we can hear bulls bugling in the dark, and I know it's time to make something happen and take advantage of this weather. Well, we finally got up to these bulls. This last road we just went across, someone came in. We never did hear them, but someone came in and drove right through where the elk are. And I'm guessing they parked up here. And that turned all the bulls. We couldn't hear them down there. Got up on top. And they're bugling pretty good. I think there's a hunter right here. We bugled back that way trying to get them to slow down. And now we're trying to get next to this group. 4 or 5 bulls or so. But now we're playing the catch-up game, so it's kind of rough. A couple hundred yards. He's going to get those cows. Just stay persistent. Freaking God. We've done 3 miles. So it kind of makes a hard dog leg. Well, all these elk seem like they're going that way. So I went and got past them. And when we started coming back, I'm like, man, they turned. So I was wondering if they smelled us, which we had good wind. And then we find the fresh truck tracks, which there's some hunters somewhere right here. And they drove right through all the elk. We crossed the roads and just stayed quiet and let them keep pushing them to where they slow down. This is like their bedding area. Get up in here and just buy our time. And man, he's all wallowed up, muddy. When I could hear him in the tree, at times it sounded like horns, like they're just, but they would never bugle at each other. So I think there was a dead tree he was in. And it's like, just, I wanted to keep going, but then it's like, just, we have a big window right here. Man, if we could just get any of them to come this way, we'd be freaking money. He went right through 97 yards and come back through at 30. He's still looking for us. I just stayed quiet and 29. Yeah, I put it right on his heart and just went, man, what a change of events. A little bit of rain, cool them off. They were actually fired up pretty good, talking to each other. When I hit him, I thought he'd stop and fall right there because I was like, that's heart. Poof, I felt perfect. If he would stop, he's going to die right there. And then when he got to like 97, where he went through, I could see his back end, and I'm like, well, it's going to go right there. Man, oh man. That is awesome. Oh man, what a beautiful bull.